Why insurance just doubled. You haven't had a violation since 1998. Let's slow this down and start exactly where most of you did. You didn't get a warning. You didn't get a phone call. You didn't get a heads up. You got a renewal notice. Same airplane, same base airport, same hours, same spotless record. And yet the premium didn't creep up. It jumped, doubled. And the most frustrating part? There was no explanation that made sense. Today, we're going to unpack why this is happening, calmly, clearly, without panic, because this is one of the biggest forces quietly reshaping general aviation ownership right now. If you're a senior pilot in the US, Canada, or Europe, if you're a beginner thinking about ownership, if you fly something simple like a Cessna 172 or Piper Cherokee, or something more capable like a Bonanza, Cirrus SR-22, or Malibu, this video matters to you. Stay with me, because the reason your insurance doubled has very little to do with how you fly. And as we go, I want you to keep one question in mind. At what point does insurance stop protecting aviation and start controlling it? Put your thoughts in the comments as they come up. Let's begin with a story that's become painfully common. David is 68. He flies a well-kept Cessna 177 Cardinal. He flies about 70 hours a year. He hasn't had a violation or claim since 1998. That's over 2 decades of clean flying. Every renewal for years looked about the same. Minor adjustments, inflation level increases. Then this year, his premium doubled. Not because of an accident, not because of a claim, not because of training issues, just doubled. When David called his broker, he expected a reason tied to him. Instead, he got silence, followed by a sentence that's becoming very familiar. This is happening to a lot of people. That sentence should worry you, because it tells us something important. This isn't individual risk pricing anymore. This is systemic pricing. And systems don't care how careful you are. Let's talk about what actually changed, because nothing in your logbook did. First big factor, the insurance market itself is shrinking. There are fewer aviation insurance underwriters today than there were 10, 15, or 20 years ago. Some left quietly after major losses. Some merged. Some decided general aviation simply wasn't worth the volatility. When underwriters leave, risk doesn't disappear. It concentrates. And when risk concentrates, premiums jump, even for the safest pilots. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time your broker presented 3 or 4 genuinely different quotes? If the answer is a long time ago, you're already feeling this shift. Tell me in the comments what your broker options look like right now. Second factor, accident costs have exploded. Not accident rates, costs. A minor runway incident in the 1990s was relatively contained. Today, composite structures, glass cockpits, integrated avionics, specialized repair shops, longer downtime. Even a small event in something like a Cirrus SR-22 or Diamond DA-40 can turn into a 6-figure claim. Insurers don't price behavior, they price exposure, and exposure has gone up dramatically. Third factor, parts and repair delays. This one frustrates everyone. Even relatively simple aircraft, Cessna 172s, Piper Cherokees, Bonanzas, are waiting months for parts. That means longer claims, higher storage costs, rental replacements, more administrative overhead. From an insurance perspective, time is money. A slow claim can cost more than a severe one. So premiums rise, not because pilots are worse, but because the system is slower. Have you noticed longer maintenance timelines where you fly? Share what you're seeing. It's remarkably consistent across regions. Now we need to talk about the uncomfortable factor. Age. This is where emotions run high, and understandably so. From a pilot's perspective, experience is an asset. From an insurance perspective, age is a variable. Reaction time, medical risk, recovery margins. The models don't care that you're sharper than some 40-year-olds. They don't care that you train more than you ever did. They see population-level risk curves, and those curves are moving. This isn't personal, but it feels personal. And that's why so many senior pilots feel insulted, not just inconvenienced. If this part hits close to home, say so in the comments. You're not imagining it. Fourth factor, complexity creep. Even simple airplanes aren't simple anymore. A modern Bonanza, Saratoga, or Skylane carries systems that didn't exist 20 years ago. Autopilots, integrated avionics, digital engine monitoring. These systems reduce workload and increase claim severity. One failed component can ground an aircraft for weeks. Insurance prices replacement cost, not nostalgia. That gap keeps widening. Fifth factor, liability expectations have changed. Coverage limits that once felt generous are now considered minimal. Medical costs rise, legal environments evolve, settlements grow. Higher liability expectations mean higher premiums, even if the likelihood of an accident stays low. You're paying not just for probability, but for consequences. Now let's pause, because this is the point where many pilots ask, so what's the point of flying safely? It's a fair question, and the answer is uncomfortable. Flying safely still matters, but it no longer guarantees affordability. That's the shift. And it's shaking long-held assumptions. What do you think insurance should reward most? Experience, recency, or simplicity? I'd really like to hear your view. There's another myth we need to address. Downsizing doesn't always fix the problem. Moving from a Malibu to a Skylane might help. Moving from a Cirrus to a Cherokee might help. But age, usage patterns, and location often matter more than model. Insurance is contextual. Two identical airplanes in different regions can carry radically different premiums. This surprises many first-time owners. Let's talk about usage, because this matters more than people realize. Pilots who fly consistently often look safer than pilots who fly rarely. Flying 80 hours a year can look better than flying 15, even at an older age. Consistency reduces risk spikes, but only if it's documented. If your broker isn't telling that story clearly, the underwriter won't infer it. Paperwork matters more than it ever has. Training still helps, but it's not magic. Regular recurrent training, type-specific instruction, documented proficiency. These don't guarantee lower premiums, but they can prevent catastrophic increases. Think of them as damage control, not discounts. Now let's address the emotional reality. Many senior pilots feel pushed out. They did everything right. They flew conservatively. They trained responsibly. They stayed within their limits. And now they're being told indirectly that aviation may no longer want them. If that resonates with you, you're not alone, and you're not wrong to feel it. This is one of the quiet reasons people sell airplanes. Not because they stopped loving flying, because the math stopped making sense. Let me ask you something personal. If your insurance doubled again next year, what would you do? Fly less? Change aircraft? Reduce coverage? Exit ownership? There's no correct answer, but there is an honest one. Put it in the comments. Here's the hard truth. Aviation insurance is no longer just about safety. It's about resilience. Smaller fleets, higher costs, less tolerance for volatility. That doesn't mean aviation is dying, but it does mean the rules have changed. And pretending they haven't only leads to frustration. Let's bring this home. Your insurance didn't double because you forgot how to fly. It doubled because fewer insurers are left, accidents cost more to fix, repairs take longer, the pilot population is aging, aircraft systems are more expensive, liability expectations are higher. None of that shows up in your logbook, but all of it shows up on your bill. So here's the final question I want you to think about. Is aviation insurance still aligned with the future of general aviation? Or is it quietly reshaping who gets to stay? That answer matters, and the only way it changes is if people talk about it honestly. Share your experience, share your frustration, share your ideas. These conversations matter more than you think. Thanks for staying with me. I'll see you in the next one.